This week's ThriveSpace post focuses on something I think we all feel. What's the real deal with digital friendship versus our real-life connections? Let's dive in. Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever been deep in a scroll hole? Hours just fly by. You're tapping through stories, liking posts. You feel like you're keeping up with everyone. But then, you put your phone down, and instead of feeling connected, you just feel kind of empty, even a little drained. It's like your social battery is going down, not up.
Well, believe it or not, that feeling actually has a name. Researchers call it the loneliness paradox. And it's this wild idea that we are the most digitally connected generation in all of history, but somehow we're also the loneliest. The number of our digital interactions has just exploded, right? But the quality of those connections, it's often taken a nosedive. We're basically just consuming data about people's lives instead of actually connecting with them.
And get this, there's some super cool science that explains why this is happening. It's a process called neural coupling. So when we connect in real time, in person or even just on a voice call, our bodies do this incredible thing. Our brainwaves and our heart rates, they literally start to sync up. And that releases oxytocin, which you might know as the bonding hormone. It's what makes us feel safe, seen, and genuinely supported. And yeah, you guessed it, mindless scrolling completely skips over this whole amazing process.
So here's a really good way to frame this. Think about the difference between social snacks and social meals. Your passive scrolling, that's a social snack. It's like junk food, right? It's easy, it's quick, but it leaves you feeling pretty empty. But a social meal, that's when you're actively connecting, sending a real message, making a quick call. It takes a little more intention, a little more effort, but it's the only thing that's going to truly fill you up and recharge that social battery.
Okay, so the big question is, how do we fix this? How do we balance our digital diet and fight back against this paradox? Well, it all comes down to a really simple but super powerful strategy. We call it the 60-10 rule. Here's how it works, and it's so simple. For every 60 minutes you spend just passively consuming content, scrolling through feeds, you commit to 10 minutes of active connection. I love this idea of thinking of it like a connection tax. So if you spend an hour on Instagram, you basically owe your own social well-being 10 minutes of real intentional connection.
And paying this tax is way easier than it sounds, I promise. What does it look like? Well, instead of a text, you could send a quick voice memo. Just hearing a friend's voice can be enough to start that neural coupling. Or how about a 10-minute totally phone-free chat with someone you live with? Or maybe next time you go for a walk, call a friend and just talk. No scrolling at the same time, just focus on the conversation.
And really, this is what it all boils down to. Just think about this. One 10-minute conversation where you actually feel heard is worth so much more than 10 hours of watching people you barely know live their lives online. In a world that is so obsessed with followers and likes and views, we have to remember that real, true connection, it's all about quality, not quantity.
So that leaves us with one final thought. The goal is to stop being just a spectator online and start being an active participant in your own life and relationships. So I'll ask you, what is one small, active connection that you can make right now? For more information, please visit thrivespace.blog.